sorry.
Have you ever found yourself reaching for a sweet treat, knowing it's maybe not the best thing for you or the best choice, but feeling like you just can't help it? Oh my gosh, I have been there so many times. What if I told you that these sugar cravings could be sabotaging your cancer prevention plan? Today, we are going to um, dive deeper into how sugar cravings develop, how they impact your health, and most importantly, how you can take back control. Stick with me because this could be a game changer. Hi, I'm Debbie Sadie-Fi, and welcome to day 33 of our series, Proven Cancer Strategies Revealed, 90 Days to Cancer Resilience. Today, we're tackling a topic that's near and dear to many of us, certainly to me, and that is sugar cravings. We all know that cutting down on sugar is important for our health. I don't think that there's anyone who would dispute that sugar isn't the best thing for us, but those cravings can be so tough to beat. But the good news is that it is possible to overcome them, and I'm going to show you how. If you want to stick around and let's get going. I guess we should start by understanding what's really going on when we crave sugar. And it's not about willpower. There's so much happening in our bodies that drives these cravings. When we eat sugar, our brains release a chemical called dopamine. And this is the same chemical that makes us feel good when we're rewarded or we experience pleasure. And over time, our brain starts to associate sugar with this dopamine release, and we begin to crave that feel good hit. But there's a catch. The more sugar we eat, the more our brains need to achieve that they need it to achieve the same feeling. And that leads to a vicious cycle of cravings. And that is what really got me to stand up and decide I needed to do something about it for myself. Now, research from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism shows that frequent sugar consumption can lead to insulin resistance, which is a risk factor for developing several types of cancer. In addition, a study from Cancer Epidemiology, Biomarkers, and Prevention found that high sugar intake is linked to an increased risk of breast cancer in women. So when it might seem harmless to indulge your sweet tooth, and it's just about empty calories, it's not. Those sugar cravings could be setting you up for serious health risks. And that was something I had no idea. So, exactly how do sugar cravings tie to risk in cancer? It really comes down to the effect sugar has on your body over time. And when you give in to those cravings regularly, your blood sugar levels spike and crash. And this can lead to weight gain and increased fat storage, especially around your abdomen. And that's something that tends to happen as we age. This kind of fat, known as visceral fat, is particularly dangerous because it's linked to inflammation, which can increase your risk of cancer. But it's not just about the physical effects. When we consistently give in to our cravings, we're also reinforcing unhealthy eating habits that may make it harder to stick to a cancer prevention diet. And this can derail your efforts to maintain a balanced, nutrient dense diet that supports your ability to ward off disease. Now we got to talk about some solutions, because the good news is it is possible to overcome sugar cravings and reclaim your control over your diet. And that was something that I decided to do when I started to realize that it was more than just about the empty calories. And so here's some strategies that may work for you. The first thing is to replace the processed sugars with whole foods. And be careful, because there is so much sugar. It might not even be called sugar, it could be called something else in processed foods. So one of the most effective ways is to swap out refined sugars for whole natural foods. So there's fruits, which provide natural sweetness along with fiber and nutrients that will actually help to stabilize your blood sugar levels. You could focus on a balanced diet, eating a diet rich in vegetables, uh, lentils and beans, healthy fats can actually help to reduce your cravings by keeping you full and satisfied. And when your body is getting all the nutrients it needs, you are less likely to reach for those sugary snacks. You can also uh, practice mindful eating. So, this is where you can take your time to really savor your food, and that actually helps you to digest it when you chew it more. And when you are eating mindfully, you're more likely to enjoy your meals and less likely to crave sugar. And this could be as simple as slowing down during meals and focusing on the flavors and textures of your food. Stay hydrated. Sometimes when our bodies are um, can mistake thirst for hunger, and that leads to cravings. So if you're drinking plenty of water throughout the day, that can help keep your cravings at bay. And also be active. Physical activity can help to reduce sugar cravings by releasing endorphins, which naturally boost your mood and energy levels without any need for a sugar fix. And I just want to do a couple of short, I guess, case studies. Now, there's a powerful story of a cancer survivor, Sarah, who successfully managed her sugar cravings by completely overhauling her diet. She focused on eating nutrient dense, plant based foods and cut out all refined sugars. And over time, not only did her cravings diminish, but she also noticed improvements in her energy levels, her mood, and her overall health. And in another example from Lori, she followed a holistic approach to health by eliminating sugar and focusing on foods that nourish the body. She was able to reduce the inflammation and support her immune system during her cancer treatment. And these kind of just very brief case stories can help to show that it is possible to break free from sugar's grip and take meaningful steps towards better health. All right. So, this is a little bit about our sugar. I'm going to ask if there's any questions now. Everybody's on mute. I don't know if there's any questions. Or
So
do
it's
I?
Kathy.
Yes, Kathy.
I do have a question. How do you make yourself like these foods?
So you have to.
I guess I get quite a bang out of sugar.
All right. We actually have done a show on this. And one of the things that happens is sugar actually dulls our taste buds and desensitizes us to the real sweet taste of fruits and other vegetables. And so one of the things that you need to do is be patient and give it time. And it'll take about 3 weeks or so to make those things happen. And if you give it enough time, you will start to see a switch and a change in your taste buds. Now, I mean, there's some foods like, I don't think there's anybody on this planet who doesn't have an aversion or doesn't like certain foods. And so, I'm not talking about those kind of foods. Like for me, I have some foods. What food do I not like? I To eat an orange, I cannot eat an orange, and I have tried many times to overcome that, but it's more about the texture for me. In the Somebody's come to visit. It's more about the texture, but I'm sure you all have aversions, and so I'm not talking about that. But in general, you're going to find that it's going to take some time to readjust your taste buds. So I guess my suggestion is to give it time. And the more sugar you eat, the harder it's going to be to make that adjustment of your taste buds.
So about how long do you think it takes?
I
If you
think
had to give a
about,
ballpark.
I would say 2 to 3 weeks. It could be a little bit more, but for me, I think I would say it was about 2 to 3 weeks. So I think about 3 weeks for sugar. And then I recently gave up salt. And it took about 2 weeks for me to start really appreciating food without the salt. But there are some tricks along the way, but you just have
Thank
to
you.
give it time.
Thank you so much.
The road isn't always easy. If you take the high road, you might run into some little mountains and rocks and stuff and narrow paths. Any other questions? All right. So, are you ready to take control of your sugar cravings and protect your health? And I have just got the right thing to help get you started. Join me for our Sweet Escape Your Sugar Detox Journey webinar next Wednesday, August the 21st at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We are going to dive even deeper into how you can detox from sugar and set yourself up for long-term success. Now you can click on the link below, to sign up, and it is going to be a game changer. And if you found today's video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with somebody else who might be struggling with sugar cravings. And don't forget to either subscribe or follow for more. And don't miss any of our sessions on our 90-day series. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. And remember, overcoming sugar cravings isn't about willpower. It's about understanding what's happening to your body and making sure that you're making choices that will support your long-term health. We'll see you tomorrow as we continue our journey through our 90 days to cancer resilience. Stay strong, stay informed, and stay resilient. And don't forget to click on the link.